good to have you back. Of course, the voice headlines, Dibuile, and here is our paper for this week. I'm not so very pleased, to have to concurrently be coming, to give you news about pastors and more pastors stealing other people's wives. And at this juncture, I'm looking at this paper, the headline, Pastor Steals TV Icon's Wife, and I'm talking about Pastor Vincent Majama. He's in clash with the Tamekan presenter, Route 4. If you are a sports person, you'd know him. It's all issues of the pastor, stealing the wife of, Route 4, and here by wife I'm referring to Refilo Radikhomo, who is the wife of Route 4, and Kahana Elena, the pastor, was married. This was before he served the wife, and I believe with divorce papers. After the whole, affair took off and just sparked up, and all of a sudden it's divorce papers. So it's a story you can catch up on. Poshamlido was the one, compiling the story for you. Of course, we saw the ruling, UDC. Unfortunately, the journey came to an end for UDC in the courts. So the question now, what next for UDC? It's another story you can see on page 4 there, compiled by Sharon Matala. Of course, moving on business, we did put together something here for you. Botswana unmoved by the corruption index. You did, I think, would presume that you heard the president speaking on Tuesday regarding corruption issues. For the third year in a row, Botswana scored in 61. A score which has ranked it, which was enough to rank it as, the 34th least corrupt country out of the 180 countries that were being looked at or being rated by the NGO Transparency International, a world-renowned NGO committed to making sure that it stamps out, corruption across the globe. Page 1, of course, Kabelo Adamson was bringing that story to us. We did also look a bit deeper into the paper until we came across the story. So, the expatriates. These are the refugees. We did manage to get a word from the Secretary of Safety and Security, Pearl Rambutan, of course, saying that about over 526 Zimbabwean refugees, who are being accommodated are to be expatriated, and out of that number, 367, which I've already mentioned, have registered voluntarily to be taken back home, and out of that number again, 191 have already been transported back to their home, and then now left with 176 who are yet, to have their turn still in the whole operation, the expatriation. Page 10, Kabelo Dipolo was the one who attended that situation. I feel good, it's Friday. Of course, I have here a big interview, Ludo and Siwa. You'll remember that the CEDA and together with the Development Bank of Southern Africa, that university challenge Bachelor of Science, in urban and regional planning, NMA in Siwa, scooping the staggering 350,000. All to go towards the projects, implementation of the project, the idea, price. We also saw here that he came forward and said, what, the Yamans are not gone, they're not dead, but they're coming in April. So it's another story you can catch up on here with Sharon Matala, station manager, of course, confirming that this year's edition will maintain the same categories as that of those usual ones that you are aware of. If you are someone who follows the Yamas quite devoutly, you would know what they are. And again, she did make a point that, but this time around, they made sure that they only keep to a local MC, which is quite a commendable thing they've done. A celebration with Ephraim Basha. If you are a stand-up comedy person, you would know this man, definitely. But apparently, he is a former teacher and Bika accredited, accountant. Who would have ever thought that this man, had this track record, but now a comedian, as I've already mentioned, page 17, Sharon Matala. Of course, we are online. More stories in the paper, as usually you would know that the Voice never disappoints. We have BNF here on the verge of collapse. It's another story here that I came across, and still more stories. I know that there was one I had looked at, which was quite a very intriguing story as well. So Voice Woman is the one I wanted to mention to you. So it's more to catch up on in the paper. As you can see that also the paper is beefing up. Like I said, we are online. There's still more content being uploaded in the news.thevoicebw.com and of course our Facebook page, The Voice Newspaper Botswana. Do always remember to comment. Leave your comment about our stories, what you like about them, and where you think we can make better progress. So until we meet next time, thank you.